Well, all right, everybody. Welcome to the NBC Game of the Week in 1975 style. This game was played September the 20th, 1975. It is the Oakland A's and the Kansas City Royals. And let me see what we've got as far as things showing up on camera. Okay. Might need to do a little more maneuvering over here. I think that looks all right. Always hard to tell when you're doing this. Hello, Tim, Brian B., and Jim Doyle. How are all of you folks doing? I think that's the best I'm going to get. My little base running thing that I use that RJL came up with, I've got that here, and I will bring that out when it's needed. It's really no room for me to put this on in my little space here, so I'm going to just have to do what I can, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Just do what I can. Let me see if I can improve the focus at all. I guess it's okay. Find out. That's the best I'm going to be able to do with it right there, I think. So it is what it is, as they say. It is the Kansas City, speaking of it is what it is the Kansas City Royals and the Oakland A's. And let's look at our standings before the game even starts. And this is a huge game for both teams, as Kansas City and Oakland are in a dead heat, 92-61. Kansas City's won 8 out of the last 10 to catch Oakland and tie them. And so that's why it's a huge game here, because somebody's going to have a good record and be left out. Next Saturday, the game of the week will be the Yankees and the Orioles from Yankee Stadium. You can see the Orioles only one game back of the Yankees. Red Sox kind of fading. They've lost 4 in a row, so they're kind of falling out of what's going on. National League is pretty much already set. Philly's got a 6-game lead on Pittsburgh, so there's not much going on there. So mainly concentrating the American League, because that is where the pennant races are. So Oakland and Kansas City will get it on right now, as the winner will take over sole possession of first place. Hello, Chuck. How you doing? Joel, how are you doing? Kenyon, how are you? Jimmy Jam, nice to see you as well. All right, and I know when we get in September, we're competing with college football, but just trying to find a good time to play this, and there really is no good time, so just have to play it and hope for the best, I suppose. All right, let's look at starting pitchers for today's game. 2 lefties, Vida Blue and Paul Splitorff. They are on the mound for each of their respective teams. You can see the benches and the bullpens for both teams. September call-ups, so both teams' benches and bullpens are loaded. Not going to run out of either one of those in this game. We got the Royal colors. Since they are at home, they get the dice of their coloring that they enjoy the most, and hope gives them good karma. And I can see my dice tray. I might need to move this. Might need to tilt this just a hair this way. See if that includes more of the dice tray. I think it does now. So I think that'll work better. Oh, the board looks like it's kind of crooked a little bit. Let's see if I can straighten that up. Am I getting dizzy around here? Okay. We are ready to go. Leading off for the Oakland A's will be Campy Campaneris, shortstop. Splitorff with the pitch, 2-4. That's a blank. We go to Campy Campaneris. 3-5, and against a left-hander, that is a fly ball to left field. Against a right-hander, he would have doubled, but the reverse split got him on that one, and that's a fly out to left field. So Campy Campaneris flies out to Wolford in left, 1 down for Bill North. Speedster Bill North. The A's have 2 speedsters right at the top of the order with Campaneris and North, and of course now just dropped my D20, so that's never a good thing. A little delay here. Tabby, in case you're curious, has assured me she is staying in the bedroom downstairs and did not seem interested in what was going on today. She may come up later, she may not. So if she doesn't, that'll be fine. We'll have no interruptions. Okay, D20 has been recovered. Now ready to go. Splitorff to North. 3-2 is a strikeout chance, 12. He's an 11. Stadium takes away 3, so no strikeout there. North will swing 3-1. He's going to double to center field. So Bill North, a 1-out double. And the Oakland A's are in business with the Captain Sal Bando coming up. Strategy roll, nothing happened. Splitorff, 5-4. That's a possible error on a throw. Go to Bando. 6-2. That's a fly to right field for out number 2. That is a 2. You cannot have an error in the outfield on an even number, so no error on any throw on that. So now let's see about the runner going from second to third. North is a 4. The right fielder arm, Al Cowens, is a 0. But you lose a total of 1, so it's going to be down to a 3. A 1 to 3, he'll make it. He does not. He's got to hold up. So 2 down, not deep enough to move North to third base. Yep, Joel, that's why Reggie is on the bench in this game. So strategy roll again. Splitorff, nothing happening. Splitorff, 4-6, and then against a right-hander, that's a blank. Lefty would have been an out. Tennis will swing. 3-4. He's going to line it hard right to first base to Mayberry, and that's going to end the inning. So Splitorff survives the leadoff double. Pitches around that. And for Oakland, they get a hit and leave a man on, but nothing else. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Oakland nothing. And the Kansas City Royals coming to bat. Leading off for those Royals will be Amos Otis. Blue, 2-3. Wild pitch, so it's just ball 1. 5-3 is a range play at the ballpark going to Royal Stadium for the range check. 6-5, that's a single to center field, but it's a range check of the center fielder, Bill North. His range, as we've seen earlier, his range is a 5, the best you can have. So this has to be a 6 or it's going to be an out. It is a 6. How do you like that? He fought that off and got himself a single. Unbelievable. You have a 5 range and you still can't get to it. So leadoff single for AO. He's aboard. Has a 7 for a steal attempt, and it's a 9, so he will not steal. Cookie Rojas could do a hit and run, though, I believe. Let me check and see if that comes into play. I think it does. We check the hit and run chart here. We rolled a 9. So hit and run with a 9. I'm sorry, the K rate is a 3, actually. And with the ballpark, it's a 0. So you can go up to 4 to have a 4 higher than the die to get that. So we were only 2 higher. So there will be a hit and run. We will have a hit and run. Blue first with the pitch. 6-1's a strikeout. That's a 1. He's going to strike him out. No, he won't, actually, because he's a -3, and that's a -3, so it's a 0. So Royal Stadium prevents that strikeout. So there will be a hit and run chance for Cookie Rojas. Oh, and Suadice will re-roll that. 2-2. It's a ground ball to second. Now, on a hit and run, a ground ball to second, all double play grounders are a -2. So he's a 3. 0. Halfway makes it a 4. The pivot at short is Campanera, so it's a -1, makes him a 3. So it has to be a 1 for a double play. Anything else, it will not be a double play. It's a 6, so it's actually going to be runner's advance. So Cookie Rojas will kind of pseudo do the job. Ground ball to second, and the only play is to first base, so Amos Otis will take second. Kind of acts like a sacrifice. And that'll bring up George Brett. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Blue to Brett. 6-3 is a strikeout. 13, though, is too high. Go to Brett. 5-6, it's a fly to the field. That's 2 away. And with the left fielder, Rudy, his arm is a 0. Otis is a 5, but going from second to third on a fly to left, you lose 3. That drops him to a 2. That's a 6. That means he might be out. So let's check it out. The arm is a 0, so a 1 to 3, we go to that runner's chart. 4 through 6, he just holds. He just holds. So Brett will fly out to left field for out number 2, and that's up to John Mayberry. if the Royals are going to get on the scoreboard. Blue, 1-5, strikeout chance, 15 too high. We go to Mayberry. 2-6, it's a ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning. So the Royals get a hit, get nothing else out of it, leave a man on. One in the books from Royal Stadium, and we are set at no score. Both teams put runners in scoring position, but neither team can get anything done. So we go to the top of the second, and it'll be Joe Rudi leading things off. Joe Rudi. And for those of you that were curious, I'll show the Reggie Jackson card and see if they have anything deductions against the lefty. Well, obviously his home runs drop against the lefties, but he's got some outs here. 1, 2, 3 outs there in a row against lefties. That would be hits against righties. And up here at the top, his question mark result is much lower against lefties. So obviously he had a little bit of trouble with lefties, which is why he's not in the game today. But he's on the bench, so he could pinch hit, and you never know. All right, so Joe Rudi will lead things off against Splitorff. 2-1, blank. Go to Joe Rudi. Tutti Frutti-O Rudi, 6-3, he flies to left. Wolford puts it away, 1 down. That'll bring up Cesar Tovar in his Texas Ranger uniform. He was acquired via trade. He is the DH in this one. 3-1's a strikeout, 19 too much. Tovar. 5-6, he's going to double to right field. So Cesar Tovar with a double to right. And it's 1 away, a 1-out double. And here comes Tommy Harper. He was acquired from the Angels. So this is one of my nitpicks with inside pitch is that they don't have batter cards for both teams, so it looks like an all-star game when you start putting these traded players in there. But that's just the way it is. It's a minor nitpick. Nothing happening on the strategy. Splitorff. 5-4, and that's a possible error on the throw. Go to Harper. 3-1, and that is a question mark 7. Against the lefty, he needs a 7 or less. That's an 11, so that will be a fly out to left field. Question is there even going to be a throw? Tovar is a 4. Left fielder Wolford's a 0. So it's a 1, so there would be an error chance on the throw. So we're going to check for an error first. That's a 12. No error there on Wolford. His error rating's a 4. So now Tovar needs a 1 to make it. Anything else, he's got to hold, and he does hold. So that's 2 down. As Harper flew to left field, and Tovar could not move up. So it's up to scrap iron, Phil Garner. Nothing on the strategy. Splitorff, 3-2, strikeout chance, 15 too much. Garner, 4-4. Star 4 is a ground ball to Patek at short, and that's going to end the inning. So again, the A's get a double, but leave them on, so nothing going on there. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score from Kansas City. And that will send up Al Cowens for the Royals. He will lead off, followed by Killebrew and Wolford, as the Royals have loaded their lineup with righties except for Brett and Mayberry. There's only 2 lefties that are in there. Blue to Cowens. 1-3 is a walk chance. 15 is too much. Cowens. 6-5, grounded to Campaneris at short. 1 away. That'll bring up the aged Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew in one of his final seasons, hitting a .199. I think this might have been his final season. I mean, he might have played in 76. I don't remember. But he was kind of hanging on there. 5-6 is a walk chance. 9 will walk him. So Killebrew does draw the base on balls. Obviously not much of a runner. No threat to steal. Although he does have an attempt of 1. He did have 1 stolen base on the season. And it is a 1. How about that? Now does he want to try to steal? 7 plus 1's an 8. And the catcher, the catcher Haney's a +1, makes it a 9. A 1-9, and Killebrew is going to try to steal it. 1-9, he will steal it. That's 13, he got thrown out. Well, they had to try because he was trying to get in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Didn't work, got caught stealing as Garner put on the tag. 2 down, bases clear, and Jim Wolford. Vida Blue, 3-5 is a range play. Go to Wolford. 1-4, and against a lefty, that's a ground ball to second, but it's a range check on Garner. And we'll look at Garner's range. Phil Garner at second base is a 4, so it has to be a 1-4 for him to make the play. And it is, so Garner will put that away and retire Wolford, no problem. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left after the caught stealing. 2 complete in the books from Kansas City. We got no score as these teams fight for first place in the American League West. Hello, Doug. How are you doing? Good to see you. Chuck, if I missed you, hello. All right. Top of the third. Leadoff hitter will be the catcher, Larry Haney. 6-6 is a hit by pitch chance. He's a 0, -7, so no hit by pitch. Haney will swing 2-1. He grounds it to short to Patek for out number 1. 1 away and back to the top of the order for Campy Campaneris. Flew to left his first chance. Splitorff 6-3 is a walk chance. That's an 11 too high. Campaneris 6-4. It's a Starline 4 ground ball to Patek. So Patek has handled 2 in a row. And quickly 2 away. Here's Bill North. He doubled first time up, but was stranded at second base. 3-5, and that is against a switch hitter. That's a blank. So North will get to swing it. 3-6, he's going to single past third base, so Bill North is 2 for 2. As the only, well, there's a double for Tovar, so they've got 3 hits now, but 2 of them are by Bill North. North attempt is a 5. That's a 20, so it's pickoff chance of 1-4 is a pickoff, 5 is a pickoff error. That's a 13 he gets back, so nothing happening. Splitorff to Bando, 3-2, strikeout chance 18 too high. Go to Bando. 3-6, and it's a fly to right field to end the inning. So nothing doing. The lone single, and nothing became of it. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score. It's almost like who's going to flinch first. Freddie Patek will lead things off. 1-6, home run question mark to a right-hander. It's a 1-5 to pass. That's a 2, so it does pass that check. Patek has a home run chance of 6. Can't quite do it, but he will get to swing. 4-6, he's going to, against a lefty, double to right field. That's a lefty-righty split chance, and he doubles to left field. So he didn't get the homer, but he does double. So little Freddie Patek with a leadoff double brings up Buck Martinez. 1 for a strategy. He can try to steal third. He's a 16, plus 1's a 17, plus 1 from the catcher is an 18. He's going to do it. And he's in there. Stolen base. Stolen base. And he's at third base with nobody out. Now, do you bring the infield in? He's still got a better... If you bring the infield in and he drops to a 3, he could score on a 1, 2, 3, or a 6. So he's still got a pretty good chance to score. And there is nobody out. I think you got to trust your offense. They're going to play back. Strategy, nothing going on. Blue, 1-1, strikeout chance 11 is too high. We go to Buck Martinez. 5-5, and he's going to ground it to short, and they will give up the run to get the out. And Kansas City is on the board. RBI ground out by Buck Martinez. Puts the Royals in the lead 1-0. Up, ground out, I'm sorry. He's not on first base. He's out. All right, so Amos Otis steps to the plate. Hello, Tiscuni. How you doing? Blue, 2-1. Walk chance, 10. Too high. No, it's not too high. I was looking at strikeouts. He does walk Amos Otis. So Otis is on base for the second time. His attempt is a 7. That's a 5, so they're going to wear out this catching and pitching combination. He's a 16, and they're a +2 combined, makes it an 18. That's a 19. He got thrown out. This time Larry Haney says, I'm tired of that, and threw him out. So Garner puts on the tag, and it's going to be another caught stealing for out number 2. Blue now to Rojas, 6-1, strikeout, 18 too high. And 4-1 is going to be a star 6 to fly to right field, and Harper puts it away to end the inning. So they get a run. They do it on a hit. Nobody left on. At the end of 3, Kansas City now leads it by the score of 1-0. Winner of this game will take sole possession of first place, at least temporarily. Here's Gene Tennis. He will lead things off. Line to first, his initial time up. 5-3 is a strikeout chance, and he got him. So Tennis goes down on strikes. That'll bring up Joe Rudy. Flew to left his first time up. 1-5 is a blank. We go to Rudy's card. 3-2, and that's a fly to right field. Al Cowens will put it away. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Tovar. He doubled his first time up and was stranded at second base. Splitorff, 4-4. That's a straight-up home run chance against a right-hander, but he has no home run power against lefties. So no home run, but he will swing. 3-4. He's going to single to pass the shortstop, so he's 2 for 2. A's have a base runner every inning, but they can't do anything with it, it seems. 6 for an attempt to steal. Not going to happen. Here's Tommy Harper. He flew to left his first chance. Splitorff, 1-1 strikeout chance. Got him. That's going to end the inning. So the A's a hit, no errors, and 1 left, rather. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, still 1-0. Precarious lead for the Kansas City Royals. Coming up for the Kansas City Royals, it'll be George Brett to lead things off against Vida Blue. Brett, Mayberry, and Cowens do up. Blue, 5-4, and that's a hit by pitch chance. He's a -2. He's a 2. It's a 0, so no hit by pitch. Go to Brett. 5-1 against the lefty. That's a double to left field. So George Brett on the split chance, reverse split chance, hits a double to left field to start off the inning. And that's going to bring up John Mayberry. Strategy, nothing happening. Blue to Mayberry. 3-6, that's a strikeout chance, and he got him, and he needed a strikeout too. He could definitely have used a strikeout, and he got it. So 1 away for Al Cowens. Nothing happening there. Blue, 2-1 is a walk chance. That's a 20, though, no walk. Cowens will swing. 6-4, ground ball to short. And let's see if Brett can move up. He's a 4. This has to be a 3 or less for him to move up. It is, so Brett will move to third base on the grounder to short. So there's 2 away with Brett at third base now for Harmon Killebrew. Killebrew walked his first chance and then for some reason tried to steal and got caught. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Blue. 2-3 for Blue as a potential wild pitch. That's a 9, so it misses the wild pitch, just ball 1. Blue will try again. 3-3 is a strikeout chance. That's a 6, and he got him. So Vida Blue, a huge strikeout there. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left for Kansas City. We've completed 4 at Royal Stadium. It's still 1-0 KC, nip and tuck here at Royal Stadium. Splitorff will be facing Scrap Iron Phil Garner. Start things off. 1-2. He's not tired, so no single. Garner 3-6, and that's a fly to center field for out number 1. Brings up the catcher, Larry Haney, and we're not in the 7th inning yet, so I don't do substitutions until the 7th. That's when all the pinch hitting and pinch running and whatever is fair game. Splitorff, 2-6 is a walk chance. 13 will not walk him. Here's Haney. 1-1, single to center field for Larry Haney on that 1-1. So again, the A's get a base hit, but they can only get one hit per inning. They can't put hits together for some reason. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Here's Bert Campaneris. He's 0 for 2. Splitorff, 4-2 is a blank. We go to Campy. 3-1, and that's a single past the pitcher on a left-right split. So an S1, to get from first to third, you need 4, though. So Haney's only a 2. He has to stop at second base. So the first time this game, the A's have back-to-back hits, or 2 hits in the same inning, I should say. So 2 on and only 1 out for Bill North. This is their best chance the A's have had to try to get back in this game. Well, they're in the game, but try to tie the game or take the lead. Splitorff, 5-4. That's a split against a switch hitter. It's a split chance, which is I'm sorry, 5-4 is an error on a throw possibility. I was looking at 5-5. 5-4 is an error on a throw possibility if a throw is necessary. 4-1 is a question mark 7. And that's a 3, so against the lefties, that's going to be a double. That is going to be a double that will score Haney. And now Campaneris might be able to score as well. Double to left, that's where we bring in our little chart. On a double to left field, it's a -1. So Campaneris would drop to a 3. First things first, we got to see if there's going to be an error on a throw. Left fielder Wolford, his error rating is only a 4. And so there's no error there. And now we're looking at the throw. He needs a 1 to 3 in order to be able to score. And he does. So Campaneris will score. It's a base-clearing 2-run double for Bill North. And the Oakland A's have now taken a 2-1 lead. North is now 3 for 3 in the game. 2 doubles and a single. And the A's now have grabbed a 2-1 lead on Kansas City. They're trying to flex their muscles. Here's Bando. Nothing happening. Splitorff, 1-1, strikeout chance, and he got him. Needed that one, did Splitorff. 2 down for Gene Tennis. Nothing on the strategy. Splitorff to Tennis, 1-5 is a blank. We go to Tennis's card. Whoops, the white die didn't go through for some reason. So with ice, let's try again. I got hung up in there. Let's re-roll that again. That was kind of weird. Let's get it right this time. 1-5, and that's a star 4, which is a ground ball to short. North can move. Oh, that's the third out, so it doesn't matter anyway. So it's ground ball to short to end the inning. For the A's, they get 2 runs. They do it on 3 hits, and they leave 1 on base. But we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's now Oakland 2 and Kansas City 1. Now the A's are in front for the first time. See how they are as front runners. And due up for Kansas City is Jim Wolford. Blue, 5-4. That is a hit by pitch chance. He's a 2. -2 is a 0, so no hit by pitch. Wolford will swing it. 1-3. It's a star line 2, which is a ground ball to Campaneris at short. 1 away. Speaking of short, here's Freddie Patek. He doubled, stole a base, and scored the only Kansas City run. Blue, 5-6 is a walk. 10 will not walk him. He's a 10, but the stadium is a -2. So no walk there. Royal Stadium prevented that walk. But Patek, of course, will swing it, see if he can get a hit instead. 6-4, and he will. It's a single to left field for Freddie Patek. He is 2 for 2. And he might be looking to run. Does not get the jump, though, so he's got to hold fast for Buck Martinez. Blue, 5-5, strikeout chance, got him. Even though it's a -3, he's a 7. The -3 is a 4. That is a 4, so Buck Martinez going to take the whiff for out number 2. And it's up to Amos Otis to get it going. Nothing on the strategy. Here's Blue. 4-2 as a blank. We go to Otis. 6-3, it's a ground ball back to Blue to end the inning. So Kansas City gets a hit, but can't do anything with it. Leave a runner on. 5 complete in the books from Kansas City. It is still Oakland 2 and Kansas City 1. So we go to the top of the 6th. Check fatigue for Splitorff. Splitorff has faced 22 batters. He can face 25. So he's going to be on the verge of being fatigued this inning. So bullpen activity has started for Kansas City. Right-handed action in the bullpen. And let's see who they're going to be using or going to here or thinking about going to. Looks like right-hander Mark Littell is loosening in the bullpen for Kansas City. In case Splitorff runs into any issues. 4-1, possible error on a ground ball. Rudy, 4-3, and that's a star 3, which is a ground ball to short. That's a 5. Patek's error rating. Patek's error rating is a 10, so it will be an error on Freddie Patek, E6. Just when you thought, or just when Splitorff thought he had an easy out, we get an error on the play. Oakland won this game in real life 16-4, by the way. I forgot to mention that, but hopefully have a closer game than that. Here's Cesar Tovar. Nothing on strategy. Splitorff, 1-5 is a blank. We go to Tovar. 5-2 is a ground ball to short, possible double play. He's only a 1, though, and Splitorff takes 1 away, so that brings him to a 0. They're halfway. It makes it a 1, and then the pivot, in this case, the second baseman is Cookie Rojas. He's a 0. So it has to be a 1 for a double play. It's a 4. They will get the force on Rudy, and it will be a 6-4 force play for out number 1. So Tovar is the runner at first with 1 out. And here is Tommy Harper. This is the final batter that he can face. This is batter number 25, so he's going to be tired after this at bat. Nothing on strategy. Splitorff to Tovar. 2-1's a blank. We go to Tommy Harper. 2-5. It's a star 2. It's a ground ball to third. Another possible double play. He's a 2. Brings it down to a 1. Halfway makes it a 2 again. Pivot is a 0. 1-2 is a double play. It's a 6. It means runner advances. The only play is at first. So the ground ball to Brett, but his only play was a throw to first base for out number 2. Tovar will take second base. Now he is tired, and if we get any of these parentheses rolls, it's going to be an automatic base hit on that, especially on that S1 there. Do you take the chance with Garner, a righty up there? Hits righties and lefties. Actually, they're showing he hits righties better. We're going to leave Splitorff in there and see if he can get out of the jam. And hope he doesn't hit one of those parentheses rolls. 1-5 is a blank, so we go to Phil Garner. 6-1, and a liner right to the pitcher to end the inning. So Garner smacked it, but right to Splitorff. And nothing doing there for the A's. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 6th. That's going to be all for Splitorff. He is tired, so he's going to be done. His day is done, and Mark Littell will be the new pitcher coming on in the next inning for the Oakland A's. So bottom of the 6th we go, and Cookie Rojas will be the first batter. He is 0 for 2, grounded to second and flew to right. So he's been having his troubles, needless to say. Kansas City looking to get back in, or get the tie, at least tie the game. Blue, 6-3 is a strikeout chance, and a 1, he got him. No, I'm sorry, he did not. That's a 3, -3 again. He cannot strike out at home against the lefty, so Rojas survives, fouls it off, gets the swing again, 1-6, and he takes advantage of it with a double to left field. Boy, Royal Stadium saved his bacon there, and Vida Blue's not happy about it. But Cookie Rojas will crack a double, and he is the tying run at the plate for George Brett. Blue can face 30 batters. He's only faced 20, so he's in good shape as far as fatigue goes, but might be in trouble with the base running situation. 2, he's not going to go anywhere. Blue to Brett. 6-5. Possible error on the throw. Brett. 2-6. That's a single to left field. Single to left field. No error on the throw, obviously. It is a single. The question is, can Rojas score? We'll go back to our chart. Single to left, runner on second, you add 1, so that gives him a 3. So 1-3, and Cookie Rojas will score to tie the game. And he does. So Cookie Rojas ties the game on the RBI single from George Brett. We are tied at 2, and that gets Splitorff off the hook. In fact, Splitorff can actually become the winner if Kansas City takes the lead this inning. So he can't lose it, he can only win it or get a no decision. Vida Blue needs some outs. That's a 1. So he can attempt to steal. It's an 11 plus the 2 for the pitcher and catcher is a 1-13 to steal it. And he's thrown out again. Larry Haney has thrown out his third base runner. Wow. Caught stealing again. Campaneris puts on the tag. You like the odds, but the odds were not in his, even though the odds were in his favor, it didn't really matter. Hello, Big Clue. How are you doing? He made the big bucks, but he got caught stealing, so. You win some, you lose some. Here's Blue. 5-3 is a ranged play at the ballpark. We go to Mayberry. 4-6, and that's going to be a star 4, which is a ground ball to third. Oops. Salbando makes the play, 2 down. But his RBI double did tie the game. RBI single, rather, did tie the game. So it's not all bad for the Royals. Here's Al Cowens. 3-4, and that's a possible error on a ground ball. 3-3 is a star 3, which is a fly to center, so no error to worry about. And the inning is over. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 6, we're tied at 2 apiece. And we will get a new pitcher, obviously, for Kansas City, and that will be Mr. Mark Littell. So Littell will be taking over. And now that we're in the 7th inning, pinch hitting and whatnot is freely available for both teams. And Kansas City, even though this guy has thrown out 3 base runners with his +1 arm, he's a 192 average, so they're going to pull him and go to the bench. Now, who do you use to pinch hit? They're going to pinch hit with Claudell Washington, and then Ray Fosse will come in and do the catching, who's also a +1. But that's it for Haney. So that means Fosse will be the new catcher. And Claudell Washington will be the pinch hitter with his 308 average. Top of the 7th, rather, tied at 2. And now both managers trying to match wits. And let's see, Fosse is a 5, 3, 10, and a +1. Not as good defensively. But they're trying for offense right here with Fosse against Littell. 3-1. Against a righty, that would have been a strikeout plus, so Haney would have struck out, but Washington will get the swing, being a lefty. 3-1, he's going to single pass Littell, so that paid off for the A's, at least temporarily, as Claudell Washington gets himself a pinch hit single. Needs a 7 or less to steal. Does not get it. Here's Bert Campaneris. He's an excellent bunter. But the bunt did not come up on the strategy roll, so I guess I'll fend it off. Littell, 4-1, is a walk plus, and he walks him. So much for the bunt there. He walked him. And now Kansas City is in serious trouble. Runners at first and second with nobody out for Bill North. And now the Royal bullpen starting to loosen again, as you have, who's in the bullpen for the Royals? It is, boy, they don't have a whole lot of decent bullpen guys, do they? Except for their closer, Bird, but they don't want to use him this early. Looks to be Lindy McDaniel in the bullpen. But Littell's going to try to pitch his way out of this thing. Good chance here for Bill North to bunt, but he didn't get the bunt signed, so he's going to swing away. 4-1 is a walk plus again. So a walk plus Walk plus will obviously send the bases loaded. So the bases are loaded, and Littell just can't get it done. You wonder how much longer they're going to go with him. Sal Bando is your batter. He walked 15 guys in 24 and a third innings. He's got some good strikeout totals, too. Well, they're going to give him one more chance. If he doesn't get Bando, he's out of there. Infield, by the way, for the Royals is in. 3-4, and that's a straight-up single. S1, that will score 2 runs, and that's going to be it for Littell. Maybe left him in one batter too many. As Sal Bando hits a 2-run single, and that's going to be it for Littell. Campaneris will score. North will take third. And, of course, Claudel Washington will score also. And that's going to be it for Mark Littell. And they will go to the aforementioned Lindy McDaniel. Hello, Beatles. How are you doing? All right, so new pitcher is going to be Lindy McDaniel, as Mark Littell couldn't get it done. A's with 2 runs this inning take a 4-2 lead. Still nobody out with runners on the corners. A's threatening to blow this thing wide open. The infield's going to have to come in. They have no choice. Strategy roll for Bando. Nothing happening. Tennis is not going to try a suicide squeeze. So here's McDaniel, 6'5", strikeout chance 11, got him. So a huge strikeout there from McDaniel. Maybe brought him one batter too late. Maybe stuck with Littell one batter too much. 1 out. Now a double play gets him out of the inning. He is a 3, so being halfway to 4. So they're going to play back for the double play now and see if they can get out of the inning with the double play. McDaniel to Rudy. 5-2 as a blank to a right-hander. We'll go to Rudy. 3-3. It's a ground ball to second. They might get that double play after all. He's a 3, and the infield being halfway is a 4. The pivot is Patek. He's a +1, so it's actually a 5. Anything other than a 6, and we got a double play. And it's a double play. 4-6-3, double play, ends the inning. So McDaniel does his job, but the damage was already done. Damage already done. The 2-run single off the bat of Sal Bando. And it is now 4-2 Oakland as we go to the 7th inning stretch. You can sing your Take Me Out to the Ball games if you choose. While I get everything lined up, I know that Fosse is the new catcher now. So let's make sure I got my lineup the way I want it or need it. Tennis Rudy, okay. And again, Texas can start using their pinch hittings if they want as well. But do you pinch hit for Carmen Killebrew? He's only a 199 average, but he does have obvious home run power, and he is a veteran. So you kind of hate to pinch hit for Harmon Killebrew here. I think they're going to stick with him. Hey, Joel, your cousin made an appearance on Green Acres as a child actor. That's interesting. Very good. Beatles, I caught part of your thing a little while ago about, I think you were responding to somebody else's video and showing the APA website and stuff like that. I'm going to go back and catch the rest of it, but I only caught bits and pieces of it, but it looked very, very interesting. So I may have to go check that out later on. Tabby, in case you're curious, Beatles, is downstairs. She decided to poo-poo me and not come up here this time. So I've got Gracie, my dog, but I don't have Tabby, the cat. So coming up here, one player short, but we'll deal with it. All right, here's Killebrew. Blue to Killebrew. 4-1's a blank. We go to Harmon. 4-2, and that's a double. It's 4-1 was a double. 4-2 is a ground ball to short. I kind of misread it there. Got excited that Killebrew might do something, but he ends up grounding to short. Ends up Jim Wolford. 6-1 is a strikeout chance. 10 is too high because the stadium -3 takes away that 10, makes it a 7. So here's Wolford. 2-6. He's going to fly to center. That's 2 down. So Vida Blue trying to finish with a bang. Patek, 228 hitter. Do they have anybody on the bench they would like to bring in instead to try to get something going? But with 2 outs, it's kind of hard to do that. You don't have a whole lot to go with. So, and most of their best pinch hitters are left-handed, so they're going to stick with Patek. Blue, 3-2 is a strikeout plus to a lefty, but not to a righty. So Patek will get the swing. 1-4, and it's a fly to right field to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down go the Royals here in the 7th. Vida Blue holding a 4-2 lead as we go to the 8th. Yeah, Eleanor Rigby. There you go. Hanging out with all those lonely people, right, Beatles? That counts. Where do they all come from? That's the question. As Beatles looks at all the lonely people. All right. Lindy McDaniel. He's only faced 2 batters. He can face 8, so he's good to go. Here's Tovar. If you want to stick with Tovar. Now they've got righties in there. They might switch to a lefty on the bench. Tovar is playing as the DH, so they could bring in Reggie Jackson to pinch hit here, or Billy Williams. They got their choice. They're actually going to use Billy Williams and keep him in the game as the DH. So Billy Williams will take over as the DH for Tovar. They had all those righties in there against Splitorff, but now that the lefty pitcher is gone, they are going to be using these lefties. And Reggie is still hanging around too. McDaniel, 5-4, strikeout chance 13 is too high. Go to Billy Williams, 5-1. He's going to star 3 at ground ball to short to Patek for out number 1. So 1 away here in the top of the 8th of a 4-2 game. Tommy Harper, the right fielder, is scheduled. He's 0 for 3, and he will come out. And Mr. October, Reggie Jackson, will come in and stay in the game to play right field. So Jackson will be in. He will stay in the game to play right field. He's in with nobody on and 1 out. And his defense is a 3, 11, and a -1. So much better defensively as well. Much better defensive improvement. McDaniel, 1-3 is a strikeout chance, and a 3 got him. So Reggie strikes out in the pinch. And that's 2 away. 2 down for Phil Garner. Scrap iron. McDaniel, 6-5, strikeout chance 15 is too high. 3-5. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher, McDaniel, and that's going to end the inning for Garner. He is done. McDaniel's done for the day as well. He will finish up. And he actually retired all 5 he faces. And got 6 outs because of the double play induced. So he did quite well for himself. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 4-2 Oakland. And Raleigh Fingers is loosening in the Oakland bullpen. So you never know. Right now it is Buck Martinez up, but do we pinch hit for Buck Martinez? He's only a 226 hitter, and he's 0 for 2 in the game, so he is coming out. And they will pinch hit with switch hitting Bob Stinson, who will stay in the game to catch. So Stinson, the switch hitter, is coming on, and he will take over as the new catcher for Buck Martinez. See what he could do. Defensively, he's a 5-3, 4, and a -, so a much better catcher defensively. So the upgrade in both areas on that one. Blue, 4-1 to blank. We go to Stinson's card. 5-4, and how about that? A pinch hit double for Bob Stinson. And yes, you can't see it on camera, but I am patting myself on the back for that pinch hitting move. Brilliant move on my part, if I do say so myself. A pinch hit double for Stinson. He got the job done. And now coming up is Amos Otis. And I think Alvin Dark has seen enough of Vida Blue. So Vida Blue will be exiting the ball game. Face 27 batters. He can face 30 before he's tired, but with the tying run now at the plate, the A's will not mess around and they will turn to rolling fingers to try to save this game, get a 6-out save, which is definitely not unheard of in 1975. Thank you, Brian B. I forgot about that. He is a -1. So that would, let's see, that would make him a -1 there and make that a 1 there and make that a 2. Okay, got it all fixed now. 2, 1, and -1 are the 3 results there, if it gets to that. But thank you for that reminder. Sometimes I forget to do those things. Yes, Tuscuni, Call the Bullpen is brought to you by Tabby. Not sure, but again, she's not here, so I guess by proxy it's brought to you by Tabby. But Raleigh Fingers is on. Strategy rolls are still on. It's only a 2-run deficit. Tying run at the plate. So nothing happening there. Stinson doesn't run well. Boy, they'd like to get that run across with nobody out. They could pinch run for Stinson and bring in Fran Healy to catch. And let's see, is that what they're going to do here? They may go for that. May very well go for that. They're going to bring in Rodney Scott to pinch run. That was what he kind of did at the end of the season, was pinch run. So Rodney Scott actually is going to be at second base. And then Fran Healy is actually going to be the new catcher, not Stinson. So it's going to be Healy, not Stinson. So got to fix that defensive play to bring Fran Healy into the game. He's a 2-5, so he's not good defensively, but they need the pinch running. 2-5, 12, and a 0. Running at a 3. All right, so Healy will be the new catcher. Right now, Rodney Scott runs at a 5. He's in there for his speed only. That's the reason he's there. So strategy roll for Fingers, nothing happening. Fingers now to Amos Otis. 3-4. That's a straight-up home run chance right here. 3-4 straight-up home run. He's a 7, but that's an 11, so can't quite get it done. But he'll swing. 3-2. It's a fly to right field. That is out number 1. Reggie is a -1 arm. He's a 5. That's a total of 4. And then you lose another one going from right field to on second to third. So the total is a 3. 1-3, Scott will take third. And he does. So Scott takes third. That's big, because now he can score on a ground out. The A's will play the infield back, as they don't mind giving up a run in order to get that second out. Cookie Rojas, the schedule here, will be called back. And Tony Salita, tough lefty, will be pinch hitting for Cookie Rojas. And then Frank White will take over at second base. But right now, it is Tony Salita trying to get it done here. And let's see, Frank White, it will be the new second baseman. He's a much better defender at a 5 rather than the 3 that Rojas was. So the wheels are turning in both dugouts, obviously. Tony Salita up there with 1 out, and Scott at third. That's a 1. Do you have Scott try to steal home? I don't think that would be fair. I've never stolen home in this game, so I need RJL here is what I need, because I don't know about stealing home. I've never tried it in this game, and I'm sure there's probably some off the wall reductions you make on a stolen base of home, and I don't have the rule book in front of me, so I don't know for sure how to handle it. Looking at my chart, it doesn't really tell me anything about stealing home that I can see. Let's see. Oh, minus 10. Okay, catcher's it's stolen base. I don't know why the catcher's arm would be in there for stealing home. That makes no sense. And a minus 10. So his stolen base would be a 13. So minus 10 would be a 3. And then 1 for fingers would be a 4. So it'd be like a 1 to 4 if they tried it. So I don't think we're going to do that with 1 out. I think we're going to let Tony. That's why he brings Salita in to hit. So fingers will pitch to Salita. Infield is back. 1-6 strikeout chance. 11 got him. Boy, striking out Tony Salita. That was big. Struck him out for out number 2. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit by George Brett to get the run home. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Fingers to Brett. 6-3. That's a range play. Brett 3-1. That's a question mark 7. It goes up to 17. That's a 1. It's a base hit to left field, but it's a range play. Joe Rudy can take the hit away and end the inning, possibly. His range is a 3. So 1 to 3, it's a fly to left field. The inning is over. 4, 5, or 6, an RBI single. It's a 4. It's an RBI single for George Brett. So he comes through in the clutch. A 2-out single for George Brett. Cuts the lead to 4 to 3. Brett now 3 for 4 in the game. And he has closed the gap to just 1 run. And here comes Mayberry. Strategy roll for Mayberry. 2. Do they send him? That's a tough gamble there. It'd be a 1 to 13 to send George Brett. And he was caught stealing last time. So I think they're going to let Mayberry swing away. Fingers, 1-1, strikeout chance, got him. That's going to end the inning. But the Royals do get one of those runs back. And at the end of 8, it is now 4 to 3, Oakland. And the Royals will now go to Doug Bird. There's no save situation, so you might as well use the best you have. And that is Doug Bird. And, of course, the A's are going to stick with fingers as far as they can. Bird will now be facing Ray Fosse to lead off here in the top of the 9th of a 4 to 3 game. Yep, Brian, Jamie Minnick-Quirk is on deck. He might very well pinch hit. Well, I don't know. Let's see. What is his average? Has he got a decent average? His average, let's check his average out here. 256, yeah, he could pinch hit for Harmon Killebrew next inning. Very possible. Bird to Fosse, 3-4. That's a walk chance, but too high for that. So we go to Ray Fosse. 3-5, and that's a fly to center field, 1 away. So Fosse is retired, 1 down. And they'll flip the order over to Bert Campaneris. Campaneris has scored 2 runs in this game. That's what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do, score runs. 4-6 is a blank. We go to Campy. 4-2, and that is a single pass third base. So he's on base for the 3rd time. Single pass Brett. And he might be looking to run. Attempt of only a 4, though. So he cannot get the jump. Here's Bill North. Bird, 5-4. That is a blank to a switch hitter batting left-handed. So we go to North. 6-3 is a ground ball to third. Possible double play, but he's only a 1. And the pivot at second, Frank White. Check his pivot now. Did I make that? I didn't make that change up there, did I? Because I pinch hit with Salita and I brought in Frank White. So White's actually at second base now, not Rojas. So Frank White, let's check his pivot. Frank White's pivot is a 0. Okay. So ground ball to third, pivot is a 0. Double play chance 1. Halfway is a 2. So a 1 to 2, and it's a double play. It's a 3, so they will still get Campaneris on the force play, so it's going to go 5 to 4. Fielder's choice, but North beats the relay. There are now 2 outs, though. But Bill North might be looking to run. And he cannot get the jump, so Sal Bando will swing instead. Bird. 3-4 is a walk chance. 20. Not going to walk him. Oh, actually will. No, he won't. He's facing a righty. So against the lefty, he would have walked, but not against the righty. So Bando will swing. 4-6. It's a double to left field for Bando. This could be an insurance run the A's need badly. A double to left field. Wolford is still in left field with a 0 arm. So it is a -1 chance. Bill North a 4. -1 is a 3. But there are 2 outs, makes it a 4 again. So 1-4, and Bill North will come across the score. He does not. He's got to hold up. How about that? Wolford got it in quickly and held the speedy Bill North at third base. Keeps the Royals definitely in the game at 4-3, but now Gene Tennis is up. Gene Tennis, who's 0 for 4 in the game. A's may pinch hit here because he's not very good defensively either. They might bring in a better first baseman, assuming they have one. They got Jim Holt. I don't know how good he is. He's better, that's for sure. What about pinch hitting? They've used most of their better pinch hitters. Tennis does hit 255, though, so wow, it'd be kind of hard to take him out on a pinch hitting. Although he does most of his damage against lefties. They're going to leave Gene Tennis in the game, but Jim Holt will come in to play first base in the bottom of the 9th. Jim Holt will do that as a 3 versus that 1. So Holt will take over at first base, but they're going to let Tennis hit anyway in his spot and then do the replacement on defense. Holt just doesn't have the average that Tennis has, so we'll go with it. Rudy's not that great at first in this season. He's a 2.7, so not that great. Holt's better. So we'll go with Holt. All right, Bird. 2-1 is the ballpark. We haven't been to Royal Stadium in a while, so it's a ballpark check for Gene Tennis. Haven't had a rare play in a while either. 1-2. That's a single plus to center field. That's a 2-run single for Gene Tennis. How about that? A 2-run single for Gene Tennis has blown this game open. He's got a chance to get the double. It's a single to center field. Center fielder is Amos Otis, and his arm in center field is a -1. He's a 3, so a 1-2, he will get the double. He does not. He's got to stay at first, but it's a 2-run single for Gene Tennis. 0 for 4, but Mr. Clutch comes through with a 2-run single, and the A's now lead it by the score of 6-3, and Doug Bird couldn't hold the fort. Here's Rudy. Strategy rolls are now off. 5-6 is a possible error. Rudy, 4-1, ground ball to third. That's a 17. Brett's error rating is only a 10, so will be no error. Brett will make the play to end the inning. But the A's, a 2-run single from Gene Tennis gets it done. A's get 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and left a man on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Royals against Raleigh Fingers. And as someone once said, will there be 9th inning magic? Well, they're down by 3, so they need something. That's for sure. It's Cowens, and we'll have Quirk pinch hit for Killebrew, and then Wolford. So Quirk will do the pinch hitting, and Jim Holt is now at first base for Tennis. With his 3 range, he's a little bit better. So Quirk, that's going to leave Vida Pinson. He's the only pinch hitter left on the bench. And Vida Pinson, only a 223 hitter. Obviously late in his career as well. So Cowens, Quirk, and probably stick with Wolford, I would imagine. We'll see what happens. Cowens needs to get something started, though. 1-3 is a strikeout chance. 14 is too high. Cowens, 3-2. It's a single to center field. So as RJL would say, what, did you expect a 1-2-3 9th inning inside pitch? Not likely. In fact, speaking of RJL, he's conspicuous by his absence. I have to get on him for that. Inexcusable to miss an inside pitch game, RJL. All right, here is Jamie Quirk. Strategy roll still off, obviously. Fingers, 4-4 is a hit by pitch. 0 plus 10, but that's a 19, so Quirk will not get hit by a pitch. 3-1, he's going to star 5, which is a ground ball to third, possible double play. He is a 3, and he's a +1. That's a 4. Infield halfway is a 5. The pivot at second, Garner, is a 0. So 1 to 5, we got a double play. And we do. So Jamie Quirk hits into the double play, a rally-killing double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. Jamie Quirk could not do it. And now it's Jim Wolford, last chance for the Royals against Fingers. 4-4, that's another hit by pitch chance. He's a 2, he's a 10, that's an 11, so it will be a hit by pitch. So Wolford will reach on the hit batter. And Freddie Patek is a scheduled hitter, but they're going to bring in Vida Pinson to hit, I think. But they can't because they don't know who else play shortstop. That's their problem. So they're going to have to let Patek hit. The only shortstop had backup was Scott, and they used him as a pinch runner. So they cannot pinch hit with Pinson. They're going to have to stick with Freddie Patek. Fingers now. Let's see how many batters he's faced. He has faced 6 batters. This is batter number 7. So if Patek reaches, he will become tired, which could be important. 3-3 is a walk, but that's a 20. So no walk there. Patek, 1-5, fly to center field, and that's your ball game. So the Oakland A's defeat the Kansas City Royals by the score of 6-3 and try to tell Kansas City who's boss in the American League West. Get our totals real quick. The only error in the game belonged to Kansas City. Let's get the hits for a winning pitcher is Vida Blue. Losing pitcher is Paul Splitorff. And or it might not be Splitorff. Let's see. No, I think the losing pitcher actually is Littell. In relief, he gave those 2 runs in the 7th. So Blue's the winner. Littell is the loser. And Raleigh Fingers gets the save. All right, hits for Oakland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 12. I got them for 12 hits, 6 runs and 12 hits and no errors. And they left on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They left on 8. So 8 LOBs. And for Kansas City, hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. I got them for 9 hits. This is unofficial on the fly. And left on base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got them for 5 left on base unofficially. So final line score in the game. Oakland wins it by the score of 6-3. 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Oakland. 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Kansas City. Winning pitcher was Vida Blue. Losing pitcher was Mark Littell. Save goes to Raleigh Fingers. And as we pull up the standings now with this victory, once I input it in the computer, Oakland will now jump Kansas City. They'll be 93-61, and Kansas City will be 92-62, and Kansas City will be 1 game back. Next Saturday, New York and Baltimore. Actually play a doubleheader on that Saturday. I don't know if I'd want to do a doubleheader on the live stream. That might be too much. But that's the game next week. And as of now, Baltimore's 1 game back. Between now and next Saturday, that could change. But that's the plan going forward, was to do that one. So that's what we'll go for. I want to thank everybody who tuned in on College Football Saturday and spent part of your Saturday with me to get through this inside pitch NBC 1975 game of the week. And you could pick your player of the game. You could make it Bando. You could make it you could make it Bando because this 2-run single was the go-ahead run that put them ahead to stay 4-2 at the time. And then Tennis got the 2-run single here. But I think Tennis just put the icing on the cake. But I'm going to give it to Bando. Sal Bando is the player of the game for Oakland. He was 2 for 5, including a double. But it had a big 2-run single in the 7th. And he almost had an RBI double in the 9th, but a good throw by Wolford kept the runner at 3rd. So we'll give the player of the game to the captain, Sal Bando. He's going to be our player of the game for the A's. Royals come up a little bit short, and Oakland wins that game, takes a 1-game lead in the American League West. Next game on the video will be, next game on the channel, I should say, will be tomorrow night. Replay Baseball, 1993 ESPN Sunday Night Baseball on Replay Baseball. And it will be from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. It will be the Houston Astros taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. So since it's National League, there's plenty of time for double switches and all that good stuff, particularly with the September call-ups. There's a lot of players to put in and out, so there'll be some serious managing going on in that game. So hopefully that will turn out to be a decent game as well. But that'll be the next game on the channel. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in on this Saturday afternoon. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.